Dunkin manager kills customer after he snaps over cold coffee. That in itself is wild. Let's get right into it.
I had a little bit of issue with it, and I said, say it again, and he did. And right hook sent him down. He hit him. He fell. He didn't hurt? Yeah.
This is Corey Ellis Pujols, a 27-year-old Dunkin' Donuts manager with no criminal record. He just landed a deadly blow on a 77-year-old man.
Oh my god, you're done, bro. You dog, you just punched a damn near 80-year-old. A senior citizen, dog. Knocked out.
That singular act was just enough to ruin his clean records, claim the life
Your
of
life.
a man, and
That single decision just ruined your whole life.
earn him significant charges. On May 4th, 2021, just after 1:30 p.m., Tampa police were called to a Dunkin' Donuts inside a Circle K in the Palm River area of Tampa. When officers arrived, medics were already treating the victim, 77-year-old Vanell Cook, who was unconscious and bleeding from the head.
Oof. I can already see how it happened. He said he hit him with a right hook. He said right hook sent him down. So he hit him with a right hook. Obviously, boom, right here, knocked him out. He fell backwards, hit the back of his head, probably cracked his head open or something. Because I know, like right here in like the very back, like the very middle of your head, like right here where you're I forgot the name of it. It's like the it starts with an L. It starts with an L, right? Let me see. What is the back of the skull called? Your occipital bone. I'm my dumbass. I said it started with an L. Your occipital bone. Your occipital bone right here. This shit right here. I know this is like hella sensitive. I know that part is like hella sensitive. And like you could get brain damage from hitting that shit really hard. You could get brain damage from hitting that shit like super hard. Why is this dude shirtless?
And I guess it's real. I remember an interview.
Jeez.
Which kid? He has heart problems. He's 100% disabled.
Okay, so this guy must know him. I'm 100%. This guy probably must know the old man that's unconscious.
Disabled veteran.
Disabled veteran. Damn. Damn, he's a disabled veteran.
Approached the officers and told them he was the man they were looking for, calm and cooperative. He explained exactly what happened.
Yeah, so first and foremost, let me just say my name is Corey Ellis Pujols. I am the guy you were looking for in regards to this situation. The long and short of it is that here obviously at Dunkin, he's a regular. He normally comes through here and orders a large hot coffee, but today maybe he's having a rough day or something, and he decided to be extremely profound at the mouth. And I asked him respectfully on the microphone, could you please not use that kind of language, obviously with me and my employees, and as well as that, and he said no, and then he came around to the window, he kept going at the window, and then I guess he was going to come inside, so I came over inside to let him know. He asked for the manager. Our current store manager is off already. She worked morning shift, and she's currently otherwise here, so I would be for.
Also, he went through the drive-thru
A
first.
little bit longer than he has, so I reserve responsibility for that. In any case, I came out to let him know. I said, listen, sir, with the preventive issues, I would highly recommend that you go on about your business. We don't want to serve you any coffee today. Maybe you can try again another day, but you have clearly upset, you feel me, the atmosphere here, and we would like for you to go on about your business. I asked him to do that repetitively. It's all on camera. inside. And when he came inside, he addressed me and he was looking. I said, you know, hey, listen, the manager's not here right now. I'll give you this, you know, the manager's store number and all that good stuff. And he didn't want it. And I said, sir, well, can you please go on about your business again and have a good day? He said, no, you're a nigger.
Oof.
And I'm sorry. I had a little bit of issue with it. I said, say it again, and he did. Right hook, send him down.
So it goes without being said that you can't hit somebody because they say something you don't like.
I very well.
I'm just telling
Wait,
you.
what?
Said that you can't hit somebody because they say something you don't like.
You can't hit somebody because they said something that you don't like.
So
It goes without being said. You can't hit somebody because they said something you don't like. You can't hit somebody because they said something you don't like. So, if somebody were to call me a racial slur, I just gotta sit there and just take it? I just gotta sit there and just take it? Hell no! Obviously, in his situation, it's different because he did that shit on the clock. He did it on the clock. He's at work. So obviously, in his situation, it's different. But if it was just any regular outdoor civil situation, then obviously that's not there. I honestly feel like there should be no problem with that. But obviously, again, in his situation, it's different because he's at work. He did this at work, on his job, on the clock, to a customer. I never heard of that. I've never heard of that. You can't hit somebody because they said something you don't like. I've never heard of that.
you don't like.
I very much.
I'm just telling you, brother.
No, I agree. Believe me. I'm terrified right now, but I agree with what you're saying. You shouldn't. I have had a fit of racism since I've only been here about 2 months, and I've dealt with so much of it. And I'm not saying that is a reason to do it. I'm not.
I got people that say a bunch of hateful and horrible stuff to me every single day. For the past like 16 years, I let it go one ear and out the other. It ain't gonna hurt you. This will get you in trouble. Not gonna get you arrested.
Yeah.
But
It's about to get him arrested until he finds out bro didn't make it.
Yeah, and he hit his head pretty bad.
And he should have never said what he said. But guess what? That's the country we live in. You say what you want to say.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, like you're saying, dude, get the frick out.
Yeah.
Slip your phone, push the fell.
Right hook and fell. My apologies for the.
He was hit and he fell down.
Keep down. I don't do this other. You hit him. You punched him. I'm not one to run from what I've done. No, you're fine.
Hey, at least he's being honest. Hey, at least he's taking accountability.
Yes, sir. You should take it easy.
At least he's owning up to what he did. You know, some people would just be like, you know, yeah, he called me this, so I beat his ass. But like, you know, obviously they won't tell the rest of the story. I mean, some would. Some people would tell the rest of the story, like, you know, he called me this, but not all that. I just noticed he has a One Piece tattoo. Is this a One Piece tattoo? That's One Piece, right? Yeah, that's One Piece. I don't watch anime, but I do know that this is One Piece. This is a One Piece tattoo.
Yeah, said some few expletives and he hit him. And he fell.
He hit him?
Yeah.
Did you get his information yet or no?
I am not. I just came in and
That's his grandson that's with him, though.
Okay.
Oh, that's his grandson. Why is his grandson shirtless?
So,
That's the confusing part.
yeah. You want to grab this 43?
I have. We do have surveillance. However, when the boss leaves, she locks the.
That's fine.
Yeah, she locks the.
So here's the reality of what could happen.
Yeah.
If you charge a battery, yeah, you could be charging battery.
Right.
You know, that's after we speak with him and see what's going on.
I'm aware. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get on to you, man.
Yeah. No.
You can't let, I'm telling you from here on out, you can't let what somebody says anger you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it all obviously, yeah, like, about the whole you can't hit someone for saying something that you don't like. I mean, obviously, yes, that's true, but I mean, yeah. I mean, they are right. You know, there are different ways that you could go about it. There's different ways that you could react to it. And obviously, yeah. You just can't let that stuff hurt you. You just can't take that stuff to heart. Obviously, does it mean something a lot more? Obviously, in his situation, obviously, yes, it was a racial slur that the old man called him. So obviously, yes, that means something. That specific word means, you know, a lot to when it's said to black people. Like, and a lot of people just, you know, they just like to use that word. They just like to use that word for whatever reason. And it's so stupid. Like, when it comes to no results, like when they just can't think of anything to like say, they just, oh, well, you're a ninja. You know?
People say nasty and hateful stuff to him and I.
Oh, believe me,
Yeah.
I know.
For no reason.
I know it.
You're going to have people like that throughout your life.
Yeah.
You just got to let it go in one ear.
One ear, not the other. Yeah, he's right.
And just realize that he's going to leave and be on his way, and you're going to still be here working. You know? So we'll let them get him loaded up and everything like that. Just do what you got to do, brother. I'll be in here in a minute.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
You're cool. You're good to go, man. Thank you.
It started moments earlier in the drive-thru. Employees couldn't hear Cook through the speaker. He became agitated, began yelling, and was told to leave without being served. Instead, he parked and went inside. A Dunkin employee who dealt with Cook at the drive-thru told officers the same story Pujols did.
So basically, you know, outright, your card is going through. But he was just being,
For
like,
what reason?
outright verbal. I asked him if he wanted iced or hot coffee. He instantly was like school coffee. Confident. He was like, who the fuck likes cold coffee? I always ask him, said, y'all always get it wrong. I'm like, okay, so he's not here and identify you at the window.
So he got mad because you asked him if he wanted ice or hot coffee.
Yeah. Instantly off rip, he was already mad. Oh, there's not latte. Okay, gotcha. So instantly he was just, you know,
Sure.
above level. So he was being very verbal. Didn't want to listen to what we were saying. So Corey was like, he got on the mic because I've only been here for like just 3 weeks.
Sure.
But you know, I've had Dunkin experience, so
Well, that shouldn't be a normal reaction of somebody.
it shouldn't be a normal reaction. So he didn't want to. Oh. Okay, so yeah, he was being really verbal for absolute no reason. So Corey got on the mic because you know he's the veteran here, you know, the more experienced person.
More experience, yeah.
So he took over the mic and was like, "Can you not talk to the customer employees like that?" And he didn't listen. So he said, "Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're not gonna take your order today. We're gonna act politely after you leave." Came up here. We had a verbal like, "Can you leave?" And I didn't take your order type of thing right here. We didn't say anything. Like, you can come again later. We're gonna ask them. He came up to the point.
So even after y'all asked him to leave,
What did I say?
Tammy Park.
Now hiring $200 what? Scan on, I'm assuming that says scan on phone. Now hiring $200. $200.
And when you say up there, up at the front counter.
Yeah, he came to the car. So we knew Corey was gonna. So me and Corey went up there to wait and tell him to leave again. He didn't want to listen again. So we asked him to leave multiple times, and that's when he called Corey the N-word, and it escalated from there.
What did you see from happening from there?
From what I seen is I heard him telling Corey told me to call the cops off rip. So I was calling the cops, I was calling my manager, I was calling everybody. And the dude he kept on, being violent, very rude. So
When you say violent, like physically violent,
no,
or
not
just verbally?
physically. I don't think he physically touched Corey, but mentally, trying to get into Corey's mind.
Sure.
And, mess with him and around with his head. So then Corey, he was like, okay, we're gonna ask you one more time. We're gonna either, you're gonna leave, or we're gonna call the cops. I was already called the cops. So he didn't want to leave. He was like, this bunch of niggas, this, that,
Damn.
your nicknames. Corey was like, one more time, and he called him another nick, and that's what happened.
Jeez.
I was like, right here, and I was on the phone with my manager and the police officers at that time. Oh wait, yeah, police officer at that time, and that's what happened.
So what happened after that, after he said that?
Corey punched him, he was on the floor, and I was on the phone.
Okay. And you were standing like
right around here.
Okay. Okay. Is he? And Corey said he's a normally regular. He comes through
He
here.
comes here a lot, and he's very, like verbal. Like I guess he doesn't know how to, be respectful. So
Well, normal people not to be respectful, and choose not to be.
he wasn't being
Yeah.
respectful.
I mean, it's
And
horrible.
yeah, so he does this a lot. I've had multiple times where I've had to go through it. He gets mad because we don't know his orders. But we don't know your orders because we cannot physically see your face.
Sure. Hello, manager.
I'm assuming that's the manager.
Are you able to A, get a thumb drive, or B, if we're able to get the video, can you email it? What's better for you?
I'll have it emailed to you.
Okay.
I'll have my local vision guy
Okay.
send it to you.
Let me go out and
Email address.
yes, sir.
I'll call him now, as a matter of fact. To go ahead and get him to do it.
Okay.
Police requested the store's surveillance footage, and it told the exact story the two employees told. Instead of leaving the property as the employees requested, Vanell Cook parked his car and walked inside the store. Seeing this, Corey Pujols, the on-duty manager, immediately told a coworker to call the police. Cook approached the service counter and continued arguing. Pujols stayed on the opposite side, separated by a waist-high swinging door, and repeatedly told Cook to leave the store. During the confrontation, Cook used a racial slur, calling Pujols the N-word. At that point, Pujols stepped through the swinging door, moving closer, but keeping his hands at his sides. He warned Cook not to say the word again. Cook repeated the slur. In response, Pujols threw a single punch to Cook's jaw. Cook fell backward, struck his head on the concrete floor,
Knew it.
and lost consciousness.
Knew it.
Pujols then walked away as emergency services were already being called. The victim, Vanell Cook, was later revealed to be a registered sex offender with
What?
a long criminal history involving child exploitation. Prosecutors would later describe him as an unsympathetic victim, but legally, none of that justified the punch.
Yeah.
Officers eventually did what they had to do.
It feels better in here.
So was this the same day? Okay, so this was May 4th. Oh wow, this was the same day. That was the same day. So 15, that's what? That's what? 305?
Involving child victim, but legally, none of that justified the punch. The officers eventually did what they had to do.
Damn, so literally 1705. So that's 2 hours, so that's 505. So 2 hours later. Damn. Are they gonna explain to him that Buddy didn't make it? Oof, man.
Yeah, they told me what happened. So I feel for you 100% right now. What's happening at SFU is not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. And I understand your anger and your level of frustration, and I would do this too. And this is one of those things that there's one thing that's steering us right now, and it's the level of critical. He's in critical condition right now. It's not looking good. He has brain swelling right now, and subconscious and everything. So I'm going to pray for you and for him that he recovers. If he recovers, he'll be this and not
you had to get her today. It's the level of injury. Had we not been this injured, there's a lot of things to have done. Just like I said, nobody's here to do what that guy's saying. None of us did that at all, you know. He deserves first place. Because of how seriously he's injured, we have to go to this. I want you to understand that. Everybody here agrees that what Dunkin is wrong, what he said he was wrong, that's what you
I'm assuming those are his parents.
hopefully go away. But for the time being, you're going to be charged 1 count of battery on elderly female, which is over 65 years of age. You'll have a bond, so it's not going to be too high. You would bond out tonight at some point. And then we'll just pray all of us. This guy recovers and, you know, everything will work itself out. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything you have that you want to say?
That's fine. Mom, you want to step over here and we grab all this stuff?
Oh, like that's his family. Okay.
James, you want a bag? I can give you a bag for all that. Yeah, I've got one in here, or if you got one, that's fine.
Like I say, he'll get a bond. Hopefully, as fast as possible so he can get out. But I mean, I called the state attorney's office. I spoke to all the officers, and it's just unfortunate. You know, I wish the guy had a black eye so we could all say, "Hey, watch your mouth." He's been just black. What am I saying? Like, I really, let's get busy on that.
Tough. That's crazy, bro.
That's for mom. Okay, that's it? Right here. Yeah. Yes.
Eesh.
Have a seat in the row. Brother, what the detective was saying, we 100% agree. But when his head hit hard and everything, when we brought him out here, he was unconscious. Yeah. And then while he's up there, he's not doing good right now. He could get better, okay? So you go down, what's up, Mom? Mom's good now. Yeah, you do that, and I'll 1035 you. Do they? Okay, that's fine. It's just a hope, brother, that he gets better.
Yeah.
I know that was not your understanding. It was not. It wasn't. I know that. You told me that right off the bat, man. It would have been different if it would have progressed and there would have been more physical after that, but it wasn't. Yeah. But everything, when something happens, everything is taken that happens in the entire situation. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So him falling, him getting the injury, him being elderly, again, he could be in the hospital and be completely fine by tomorrow. Okay? But we'll tell Mom. Mom will come down to bond you out. It should be, I think, a $1,000 bond or $100 to a bondsman.
Right, because 10%.
And I'm sorry about this.
I'm sorry because I still think, no matter what anybody thinks of me, I shouldn't. I agree with that.
Let me turn the arm for you. Let me talk to Mom real quick. Yes.
3 days later, on May 7th, 2021, Cook died from a skull fracture and brain contusions. Pujols was rearrested and charged with aggravated manslaughter of an elderly adult, facing up to 30 years in prison.
Oh, man.
2022, prosecutors made a controversial decision. They reduced the charge to felony battery. Pujols was sentenced to 2 years house arrest, 3 years probation, 200 hours community service, mandatory anger management, and no prison time. Prosecutors cited key factors such as Pujols' clean record, the victim's aggression and racial slurs, and uncertainty under Florida's stand your ground laws. One man's past made him an unsympathetic victim. The other's clean record spared him a prison cell. But in the end,
they spared him.
Ended alive.
They spared the shit out of him, bro. They spared the shit out of him. Hey, again, he could have gone about that completely differently. He could have went about that completely differently, but he chose what he chose. And, you know, obviously there was repercussions to his decision, but they spared the shit out of him, though. They spared the shit out of him. He was facing 30 years. He was facing 30 years in prison. But they spared him and gave him 3 years. Was it 3 years?
And no
2 years. 2 years of house arrest. 2 years of house arrest, 3 years in probation, and then obviously community service.
prison time.
No prison time. They spared him, bro.